Hello everyone. This time, I bring you the second installment of my EDC video. Then, today I might mainly talk about it. My favorite is the product shadow seat of this mechanical EDC that I like so far. I play with toys and I have actually been playing with the shadow stage for more than a month. So I will present this idea for more than a month, and then present it to you. Or that is, I will take it apart and tell you about the shadow seat. Why is it so popular? What are the reasons I think are? The first one is the feel. I have to be the first to talk about the feel. Why? Because DC's products, if you say it out of touch, then he's not EDC, right? Then he might just be a white piece, right? This thing is very good looking. Of course I am willing to buy it, but he would be a little further away from the essence of EDC. So I think the feel is very important. You can listen to his voice. Is that he is very. It is that its grains are very full and the sound is not very loud. The sound is not very loud, but it is full of grain. When you rub them one by one, the sound, wow. It's cool. Well, I can't say that he has nails. He is with that kind of nail. The kind of sound that makes you always numb. In fact, it is still different, right? But it's crisp and then full at the same time. The pellets are very comfortable. This feeling is really that you can't hear it when you rub it. Of course I have some friends, including my wife, right? She likes it. Such a quick mistake. Although I don't like this, I have to say. They might have their fun, right? The second point, I think, is the appearance. Why is it called appearance? Everyone understands this. Because of the mechanical use of the first generation, right? Everyone said that he was like this interface of this water pipe. It really doesn't look good. Logically, the structure of the two is the same, so it should feel the same. Since I said it feels so good, why didn't a generation catch fire? The second generation became popular. I think the appearance is actually a very important factor. Maybe because of stainless steel, the feeling of stainless steel is particularly exquisite. The texture is great. The texture is amazing, in my opinion. So even if you put it on your hand, I also feel that this is a very textured metal piece. This actually touched me quite a bit, although I said that in essence. I like to review the appearance. Okay, this is the second point of appearance. And then what about the words that followed? For several reasons, it is basically not just the advantages of seclusion. I think it may be this advantage that this kind of ring products share. The first one I think is that he doesn't get tired of playing. Why do I say this? Because in the beginning, when I was watching other people's videos on the internet, I would think it should be awkward to say that it is a ring product. But after actually the hand is completely different from what you imagined. The first is about formation. In the words of the question, most of the general withdrawal is almost a dense period, right? At most, there are more than 10 paragraphs. But let's listen, that is, if I start from the bottom. Push it to the top, this is about how many there are, and I am also in intensive mode. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1 0 1 1 1 2 1 3 1 4 1 5 1 7 1 8 9 2 0. So in fact, its itinerary is not as short as everyone thinks. The second is the issue of penalty, which is the normal push and arrangement. How do we push normal cards? That's how our fingers hold it, right? Then mainly move up with your thumb. In fact, the amount of joint movement of the thumb will be relatively large. But this type of product in the ring category. In fact, when you push it up, you will find that the thumb is actually immovable. The thumb is practically immobile. What is it? In motion, it's actually this finger. In motion, this finger is moving this finger. If you move in this position, there is actually no fatigue. Okay, and the second advantage of the currency is the way I think it plays. In fact, there are more variety, and I will actually have a lot of boring gameplay. In fact, it is also subconscious. For example, I will put it on my finger. Rub it on your pants. Rub on your pants. And then sometimes I wear that t-shirt. Isn't there a rubber-like print on the front? I feel comfortable rubbing it on the print of this t-shirt. And then, or when I was walking outside. That's how it is, right? And then my hands will be like this. Similar to snapping your fingers. It's very comfortable, so it's actually more playable. And then the third point, I think, is also a very important point. He is very portable. When I get off work or when I am working, I can put him on my hand. Although he is not as thin as the pig ring with a pig's nose. Bao Chun really wears it like a ring. But that doesn't change its portability. It exists and I can take it to normal operation. I can take my phone and operate my computer normally. There is no problem at all. Even once after my wife finished eating with me, she put her hand over my drinking table. I took the children to play. I went to him and asked for Inshi back. He gave it to me. So this thing is put on his hand. There is no burden for him. One last point. As for the last point, I think this is neither nor exactly the advantage of tin introduction. It is not entirely the advantage of this ring stop. He may be the advantage of Lao Chao's products. Dismantling without tools. In fact, for our relatives, it's still relatively friendly for newcomers. Because I was asked to screw the screws as soon as I came up, I actually felt very uncomfortable. Why? Because I will feel that my screw will be too tight? Will it be too loose? What kind of degree is appropriate? And then I took it apart and I wouldn't. If it is not installed well, will the screws be slippery? Anyway, it's all kinds of entanglements. Because I have a bit of obsessive-compulsive disorder, right? So all kinds of entangled factors are in front of you. I think this kind of product without tools is really very convenient. This is just like this, rub it. He can open it. The above is what I want to share with you. I like it very much. I agree with it very much. I blew up a product. Although, yesterday I was blowing in the group, and a group of friends said, I was embarrassed to say that from my perspective, this product is really my favorite mechanical product so far. Okay, that's it for today. It's still the same as the previous issue. If you think my video is good, give me a thumbs up, okay? Then I should do it one after another. Go and do some videos related to ETC products. Because I feel that sharing these things with you may also be my interest. Okay, thank you.